Yes, let's go. More leagues, more games, more to talk about, but not enough time. Thanks for nothing, family vacation. Cool. Brazil, the most successful nation in the history of the World Cup, who arguably have produced more world-class players than any other country, have finally done it. They have won their first ever gold medal in the Olympics in dramatic fashion after their best player, Neymar, scored the game-winning penalty in front of 100,000 screaming fans at the famed Maracanã Stadium to help restore some pride for the Brazilians after their embarrassing exit from the World Cup 2 summers ago, and their embarrassing exit from the Copa America last summer, and their embarrassing exit from the Copa America this summer. So well done, fellas. Parabéns. I don't think I said that right, but you know that I'm trying. Not cool. Atletico Madrid. Atleti, what happened? You were hosting recently promoted Alaves in your first league game of the season with all of your new signings. It should have been a slam dunk, easy 3 points. 3 points that you needed to keep pace because Barcelona and Leo Messi and Luis Suarez played out of their minds. And Gareth Bale, without Cristiano Ronaldo, I might add, and Real Madrid played out of their minds. And you gave up a goal in injury time after scoring a goal in injury time to draw 1-1. And you dropped 2 valuable points that you're gonna need at the end of the season. So I would love to say no mames way here, I really would, but I'm 100% sure that you don't say no mames in Spain. And what do you guys say in Spain? Cool, the clubs from Manchester and the team in blue from London. United, City, and Chelsea have spent a shit ton of money on new managers and new players, and guess what? They have all won both of their games in the league in a way that I feel gives their supporters real hope about their chances this season. Then there is Arsenal, who refuses to spend and hasn't won a game. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you have to spend huge amounts of money to win, and Leicester City is a perfect example of that, and Hull City to a much smaller extent this season, but outside of that one anomaly and Hull City's good start, in today's game, you have to spend a lot of money to compete. That's how it works now. Also, do you like how I started with a positive and then somehow found a way to throw Arsenal under the bus? Yeah, it's fucked up, but whatever. They just need to take some risk and overpay for some top talent already. Not cool. Liverpool. Hey, that rhymes. A week after lavishly praising the Reds for their great performance in their comeback against Arsenal, they lost to an inspired Burnley side 2-0, proving that I'm not sure I can trust this Liverpool team. I mean, it just seems like they enjoy breaking the hearts of their supporters right when the supporters get that belief again. Cool. Gonzalo Higuain. He maybe didn't get the start in Juventus' first game at home against Fiorentina because he was deemed not fit enough, and some would say a little pudgy. He came back with a little spare tire after Copa America around the waist area, but he did get the game-winning goal in Juve's 2-1 win after only 8 minutes on the field, and that is a great return for the price they paid for him. Not cool. Joe Hart. The longtime Manchester City goalkeeper has now taught young players all over the world that if you don't have a complete game, then you're not good enough to play for Pep Guardiola, as his terrible feet and his terrible touch on the ball will see the 2-time Premier League winning, 63 caps for his country, 10-year veteran of the club leave, hopefully with his head held high, but that shouldn't stop him from working on his game. You should never stop working on your game. You gotta push, 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 push. And in Joe Hart's case, you're gonna be pushing to Everton. Cool, not cool. Clubs in Milan. The cool, led by Carlos Bacca's hat-trick, AC Milan took care of Torino at home 3-2 to start a new Berlusconi-less era at the club in fine style. The not cool, after a lot of hype that I may or may not have said about Inter Milan, they got thoroughly outplayed in the opening game of the season by Chievo and lost 2-0. But they did sign their captain and star forward Mauro Icardi to a long-term deal, so that's good news. And they're on the verge of signing Moussa Sissoko from Newcastle, which I think is good news. He really frustrated me over... That's just a long one. And there's 37 games left in the season, so the hype is still real about Inter. They're still gonna be really good and make the Champions League. Don't doubt me. Not cool. Atlas. Taking on their rivals Chivas Guadalajara in the Clásico Tapatío this past weekend, they gave up a penalty in the 68th minute to draw 2-2. That's not giving their always supportive fans La Fiel a chance to celebrate a big victory, which is a shame since they've only won one league title in their 100 years of existence, and that was back in 1951. Cool, Patrick Vieira. I know there's still a third of the season left in MLS, not including the playoffs, but after throwing some shade at the NYCFC manager a few months ago, I wanted to circle back and acknowledge how impressed I am with what he's doing with this club. They have a clear purpose in how they want to play, and they don't waver from it no matter what the results are, and I have a lot of respect for his vision. But the very best part is that he's making those results matter, as evidenced by NYCFC being on top of the table in the Eastern Conference. Not cool. The Montreal Impact and the New England Revolution. The last time the Chicago Fire had won a game on the road, Germany had just won the World Cup. Yeah, meaning it was over 2 years ago. And guess which team let them beat them? Yeah, the Impact, which is really super cool of them to let the Fire feel good about themselves again. I mean, not cool. I mean, wait, what? Was this one cool or not cool? As for the Revolution, they took on a Columbus Crew team that had won only once, almost 3 months since trading their top scorer Kai Kamara to the Revolution. And guess what? The Revolution lost at home, which is hilarious and totally cool of them to do that for the Crew, but not cool of them to do that for their own supporters. Cool, Flamengo. The Rio de Janeiro club needed a win against Grêmio this past weekend to maintain their 3rd place position in the Brazilian Serie A, and they got it done, baby, 2-1 to stay 3 points behind league leaders Palmeiras. Okay, that's it. That is all I got. So as always, let me know your thoughts, and I will see you again when I get back to New York City. I love you all. Later.